save time. Call 352-207-2667. Magnolia Bakery on Northern Magnolia Avenue in Ocala. 352-207-2667. Merry Christmas and God bless.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Friday. Joe Martone's in the studio trying to see if his teeth are loosened. Or, I know what he means, but I can't say on the radio what he means. So, it's time for, that's right, the ever-popular...
For your hearing pleasure, Dumb Crook News.
That's right, it's time for Dumb Crook News after taking a week hiatus because, you know...
That'd be nice.
Well, I was going to say that Dumb Crook was hosting the show, but I'm not going to say that. It is time for Dumb Crook News here on Ocala Talks. And the first story, Beaver Creek, Ohio. I love some of those names of Midwest towns, like French Lick, Indiana. This out of Beaver Creek, Ohio. You know, it's never a good time to faint. Can we agree on that?
Yes, it's never.
Fainting's never a good thing.
It's never a good thing.
Never a good thing. Well, this young man, Devin Markham, fainted at the most inopportune time. He fainted in the lobby of the bank right after he presented the teller with a note that he was robbing the bank.
This has happened before.
She called EMS. EMS showed up, put him on a stretcher, took him to the hospital. In the catch-up of being fainting and having to be taken off, she didn't report to her superiors that he'd slipped her a note saying he was robbing the bank.
Oh.
So he tried it again when he got out of the hospital.
Did he faint again?
No, he didn't faint the second time, but he was taken into custody and was charged with robbing a bank.
Oh, my God.
So you get so nervous at all that you faint to the point where they take EMS is called and takes you to the hospital.
And you actually had a get out of jail free card right
because
there.
She didn't report
She
you.
didn't report it.
She was worried about your health so much she forgot about it. And then the lady said afterwards, I didn't want to report it then because they thought I might have been in on it or something.
Oh.
So she didn't report it. She just threw the note away. He comes back 4 days later after he gets out of the hospital, tries to do it again.
That's
Dumb.
crazy.
Dumb crook. This out of Calgary, Canada. Lady had her house broken into. $65,000 worth of paintings and jewelry stolen from her home.
Oh.
That's serious. Electronics were gone, jewelry, paintings, windows smashed. That's how they gained entry. No wonder she was hysterical. When the officer showed up to take the report and everything, she was visibly upset. Her house she'd been, violated. Her phone rings. She picks up the phone. It's her father from the Montreal area because she's French-Canadian. Mm-hmm. She starts speaking in French to her father because he's worried about the break-in and everything. And in French, she tells her father it was all a scam in order to get the insurance money. Unbeknownst to her, the cop that had showed up, fluent in 6 languages, including French. She was arrested for insurance fraud. All the items were found in the storage unit. How about this? How about not answering the phone? How about talking to Dad later?
How about just saying, Dad, I'm okay. The police are here. Give him the report.
I'll call you back. No, she starts telling her father, calm down. Nobody stole anything. It's all in the storage unit. It's a scam to get the insurance money. She said it in French, thinking nobody would know what she was saying. Wrong cop showed up. He's fluent in 6 languages. You ever see that? I used to go, I had a friend of mine that was fluent. He was fluent, and he didn't look Spanish. Mm-hmm. He looked Caucasian. but he was fluent in Spanish because his name was Eddie Cortez, and he was fluent in Spanish. His family was Spanish, but he was very light-skinned, looked American. I mean, looked Caucasian, not Spanish American. So we would go into places, and, you know, I was an obnoxious teenager. Dino, my best friend, was an obnoxious teenager.
No,
Rossi,
not you.
Steve Rossi, obnoxious teenager.
Oh.
Gary, really obnoxious teenager.
Oh.
And Eddie Cortez would go out and hang out with us.
I'm surprised.
And we would go into places purposely and screw around and get, you know, like the Tex-Mex restaurants and everything. And then they would say dumb things about us in Spanish. And then they would come to the table. We'd call them on it. And the looks on their faces, because they thought nobody at the table understood Spanish. And this is in the early 80s. Now Spanish, especially in Florida, Spanish is a second language. A lot of people understand Spanish. In Georgia, the Atlanta area at the time, there was not a lot of Spanish-speaking people.
Right.
So the looks on their faces were priceless. So I'm sure the look on this woman's face when that cop answered her back in French that she was under arrest. Dumb crook. San Francisco, California. Guy pedaled up to a woman in San Francisco on a sidewalk. She had her iPhone out. She was talking about her iPhone to a group of people. He rode up, snatched her iPhone out of her hand, and took off. An iPhone 13, the brand new one. Took off on his bicycle. He'd snatched a phone from an AT&T employee that was giving a quick talk out on the sidewalk to other AT&T employees about how to use the GPS feature on their iPhone.
So
He was apprehended 3 blocks later because they were able to go right to it.
what a great tutorial. Like, oh, here.
Hey,
Please, he's right
not
there.
only does it work, but look, now he's going to jail. I mean, you know you're a bad luck criminal when you go snatch an iPhone that is in the middle of giving a GPS tutorial. So there's no chance the GPS isn't turned on. And, of course, he didn't have access to the phone to crack it at the time, so he couldn't turn the GPS off. You know, just
Yes.
dumb crook. And then finally, on this, we hadn't got to Florida dumb crook, but this part of dumb crook, Iowa City, Iowa. An Iowa City man had his car broke into in March of this year and had his wallet and some other items taken from his car. He made a police report, but, you know, these things very seldom do they get solved.
Right.
He made a police report and everything. His car was locked. They broke a window to get in and everything. So he didn't think anything about it until last Friday night. That's right. Well, actually, the Friday night after Thanksgiving, so 2 Friday nights ago. Who stole his wallet and other items out of his car was solved, and he solved it all on his own. Without even trying to solve it, he solved it all on his own.
Did the dumb crook go out to dinner and hand him his own credit card to pay?
No, but you're close. The man works the front door of the nightclub in Iowa City, Iowa.
Uses his ID to get in?
Guy comes up and presents an ID to get in the club. It's the ID from the stolen wallet of the bouncer who's checking the IDs at the club.
That's awesome.
Now, the kid who gave him the ID, underage, so it's a fake ID, quickly told the guy where he got the ID from, gave up his older brother, who was the culprit who had broken the car and stole the wallet along with other items. He's now been charged with grand theft because of the amount of items he stole and everything. But, you know, I worked the front door at nightclubs a lot when I was in my 20s and 30s. And we would see fake IDs all the time. And one time, it wasn't my ID, but a girl was trying to get into a nightclub in Statesboro, in the Legends, where I was the general manager. And I actually was the general manager at the time, but I happened to be working the door. It was bathroom break time. So I gave the bouncer, and so I'm out there, and a girl walks up, and she hands me this ID, and she looked like the girl on the ID. I, having fun with her, asked her all the pertinent questions. She knew it backwards and forwards. This, if you didn't know, this was the girl. Mm-hmm. Only problem was I was married to the girl whose ID she was using. It was my wife Kathleen's ID that she had got stolen out of the student union workout, the student workout facility.
Yeah.
She had her ID stolen like a month before. This girl walks up to the front door. She looked almost a spitting image of my wife. But she gives me my wife's driver's license to try to get in the club. So I do the right thing. I ask her all the questions, and I lean over to Will, who's working with me, and I go get Kathleen. So as I'm sitting there grilling the girl and asking her questions, and she's getting angrier and angrier because she knows all the answers, and she, why is this guy stopping me? Kathleen walks out and stands beside me, and the girl just puts her head down and walks away. We didn't get the girl in trouble or anything, but it was worth it. Just as when Kathleen walked out and stood beside me, I go, "Really? That's your ID, not hers?" And she looked over at my wife, and her head just went down, and she just walked away. That's the only time that anything like that's happened. You know, it wasn't my ID, but I knew whose ID it was because I was married to her.
And what's the chances of that happening?
In Statesboro, Georgia, not that difficult.
Yeah.
Not really. College students aren't smart.
Where was the other one? Where was that one? Oh,
Iowa City,
Iowa.
Where, isn't that Iowa State University? Yeah.
Yeah.
Iowa State, yeah. So
Maybe.
probably a college town. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more Dumb Crook news, but the Florida version. After this quick timeout, you listen to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Buffett. Save the Manatee Club has helped to protect imperiled manatees and their aquatic habitat for decades, but there's still more work to be done. Threats from cold weather, red tides, pollution, and boat collisions continue to take their toll on the manatee. So let's work together to safeguard the manatees and the places they call home. Be the friend they need. Visit SaveTheManatee.org. Thank you.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck. Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on